Welcome once again to yet another exciting episode of The Young and Health, where we tackle everything concerning the sexual and reproductive health rights of the young people in and around Zimbabwe. And today we're going to be tackling on menstrual health management, a very essential aspect of our sexual and reproductive health, and a necessity to all the women and young girls in and around the world. And today I'm joined by Faith from Population Zimbabwe. We're going to have a woman-to-woman talk when it comes to these issues. I'll be also glad to have a man in this conversation. Yes. My name is Visly, and stay tuned.
Okay. Thank you, Visly, for having me. My name is Faith, and I work with Population Services Zimbabwe as the youth officer. And I know that most people, when they hear the word Population Services Zimbabwe, some they think that we count people.
I used to think that as well.
Yeah, some people, they think we count people, and some people think that we work only with older people, we work with families, women, but we are an organization that has young people at heart.
Okay.
That's one thing we all have to know. As Population Services Zimbabwe, our Leave No One Behind strategy aims to ensure that our services reach out to young people, especially those that are in hard to reach areas within Zimbabwe. And we do so using a number of channels to reach out to these young people. We have our outreach channels that works across all the 10 provinces in our country, and we also have our PSS channel, which we work with public clinics. That is the Ministry of Health, so we complement the ministry as well. So we capacitate our clinics, the nurse providers within the clinics, to ensure that our services reach out to those young people that are within the hardest to reach areas. So as an organization, we also ensure that we reach to young people using a number of strategies. And menstrual health management is also one of the strategies that we use as an organization. And we have seen that there are a lot of young girls within the communities that are missing school. Some, they are actually missing opportunities because of period poverty. We have some that cannot even go for interviews because they are on their periods. We have some that are not going for exams because they are on their periods, because they do not have access to menstrual hygiene products. So as an organization, it's one of the strategies that we also make sure that we ensure young people have access to those. So we have young people at heart as an organization. I want young people to know that we are a youth-friendly organization. We are open to have you come through, and we assist.
Thank you so much for just highlighting what Population Services Zimbabwe is, right? So next month we'll be celebrating the Menstrual Health Management Day, and I would want to know what PZ really does for the young people and the women as far as menstrual health management is concerned.
Okay. We have our Wise Up program as an organization, which we have a youth wing specifically dedicated for young people to ensure that when you get into the community, we reach out to young people. So our nurse providers, as I've indicated, they are always trained to be youth friendly. And we use menstrual hygiene as an entry point to reach out to young people within the communities, because we do not want them to miss school. We do not want them to miss opportunities because they are on their menstruating. And so one of the things that we do as an organization, we work with a number of organizations as well, some partners like My Age Zimbabwe. We work with other partners. We have what we call Psycho Health, whereby we also, first and foremost, we want to try and capacitate these young people to make reusable pads, which they use to when they are going on their menstruation. As an organization, we want to ensure that young people do not miss out school, and we also empower them as well to make these reusable pads, which they can also sell to empower them as well. So we also distribute these reusable pads within the community, menstrual hygiene dignity kits. We give them for free within the communities. Our outreach teams, whenever they are going in the field, they always ensure that they have these dignity kits to ensure that we reach out to that young person within the community who might not be able to go to school because of that. And these reusable pads are sustainable because they can wash them and they can reuse them again, as compared to disposable ones, which are costly, which they have to make sure that with every other month they have them. So the reusable pads is a way which is sustainable to ensure that we reach out to young people, and we also ensure that young people do not miss school. So coming to Menstrual Health Hygiene Day that you indicated, that is on 28th May in next month, we commemorate that day as an organization. We usually take this celebration within the communities, the rural communities in Zimbabwe, where we know that period poverty is mostly found there. And we are excited to say that this coming month we will be celebrating that in Bulawayo, Mat North, in the Mat North province. And we're taking it within the communities to ensure that we give them education on menstrual health management. We also, because some of them, they lack this information on menstrual health management. Some, whenever they go on their periods, they are afraid to talk to their parents. They are afraid to even inform their parents that they are menstruating. Some, they hide it. Some, even parents, they think that once a child goes on their menstruation, they are now sexually active and they are afraid they might get pregnant. So it's always something that we try to ensure that we are the auntie that comes in and give that education to young people, and also ensure that that gap that parents sometimes don't feel, we are there to fill that gap as well. So that information on menstrual health management, we have it through our MHM pamphlets. We have it through our Facebook page. We have it through our self-care app that we have as an organization. We have it through our contact center as well. So menstrual health management is a key component of our service provision as an organization. It's always integrated in all the services that we provide as an organization.
All right. I wanted to just take you back a bit. You mentioned the Wise Up initiative. Is it for targeted communities only, or it's for you? It's a movement. You're moving around Zimbabwe.
We are moving around Zimbabwe. Like I've indicated, we are across 10 provinces in the country. We operate through the channels that we have. And this Wise Up program, it's not only targeted for young people as well. We also want to target the parents. We want to target the religious leaders. We want to target everyone, because we want to change that mindset that young people are not supposed to be menstruating. And like especially for religious leaders, we have that myth that when a person is menstruating, they're not supposed to cook. They're not supposed to touch plates. They're not supposed to touch a whole lot of things. So we have realized that the issues to do with young people's menstrual health hygiene, it's not just only affecting just themselves as young people, but our economy as well. And so we want to make sure that this program reaches out to everyone in the country, so that we demystify those myths around menstruation as well.
All right. So for this, I'm really interested in this Wise Up initiative. Is there any like a way a person can join? I don't know how. Are they champions? What's really happening?
We have what we call our teen connectors as well, whereby we work with young people, which we train, give them information on SRH. So we know that peer-to-peer information works well. So they are there to disseminate information on SRH, disseminate information on menstrual hygiene within the communities. And we also work with My Age Zimbabwe through their Girls Choose Champion as well, whereby we also assist them with training young people on SRH issues, so that they get within the communities and give out information on that. So we just do not only work in communities, we also work in universities as well. Our teen connectors, they stretch up to universities. Our teen connectors, they also stretch up to other NGOs as well, to ensure that information on MHM, information on SRH, information on the services that we provide as an organization reach out to everyone within the community, so that we do not leave anyone behind.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that. Okay, I'm just imagining me in a community. I'll be busy looking for a teen connector right now. You know how it is. Thank you so much for that. So for those other initiatives, let's put them aside. As a woman, as you, Faith, menstrual health management, how did you manage to navigate from that? Like, how was it for you?
For me, I remember growing up, the first time I heard about menstruation. That was when my brother asked my mother. I will put it in Shona.
Okay.
He was in Form 1.
Yeah.
And then I think the teacher just told him, go and find out what menstruation is from your mother.
Okay, yeah.
And I was bathing. And then my brother asked my mother, Mama, Tanzi, kwenda kumwezi chi kuchukoro. Oh, what my mother replied that time, sorry, Mama, for saying this out. She shouted at my brother,
Yeah.
what are you asking? Hey, teacher, about that,
Yes.
you know how it is. So I was then afraid to even talk about kwenda kumwezi because of what I heard my mother saying. So I remember the first time I menstruated, I didn't tell my mother. I didn't tell her.
So
I had to. I was quiet. I had to because until I realized that my pants couldn't hold the blood anymore. I then had to tell her because I was now spoiling at school.
Okay.
So I had to then tell her, and then she did help me. But I think if I had that education, that information way before I menstruated, I wouldn't have. I would have saved myself that embarrassment of spoiling at school and all. So I think parents, especially, in fact, all of them, even the fathers and the mothers, they should be able to share this information with their children, even also the boys as well. Not only limiting it to girls, also the boys. Because if my mother would have told my brother, I think my brother would also have helped me. Because sometimes you might even feel free to talk to your brother. And they are the boys that probably laugh at girls about when they spoil school. But if they know that this is a natural thing that happens to women and it's okay, it's fine. I'm happy that with the comprehensive sexuality education that the government has introduced, and these things are now being tackled in schools, and I really hope that it is strengthened, and also as an organization we also look forward to making sure that comprehensive sexuality education is also strengthened within schools as well. So I think that education is key. That information is also key.
Because you see, with menstruation, we're not really told a lot. You just told it's a natural process that's going to happen to you. But you see, there's a lot that comes with menstruation. The mood swings, the cramps, and then sometimes as you grow up, you later on realize that no, I'm not really a pad person. I'm a tampon person. You get to, but then I feel like there's still like a huge gap in young people. I feel like young people should discover that whilst they're young. Because you're 25, 26, and you're raising the child. I think menstrual cups are good. And also the other gap is that we've always been introduced to pads. When we talk about menstruation, we're thinking pads, and then whilst there is a lot that can be used, we have tampons, we have menstrual cups, and then, but you see, all those things, you rarely find them. If you get in a shop, you see pads.
Most people they lean towards pads. I'm happy that now there are a number of organizations that are coming up with lots of initiatives to raise awareness on different types of packs that we can use as young women and as women as well. I like the menstrual cup as well because it's sustainable, it's environmental friendly, because we're looking also at our environment right now, because there's also challenges on how to dispose, especially disposable pads as well. So it's a good thing that we have a number of organizations that are coming up with that initiative, and also as an organization, as we go around raising information, we also teach them not to dispose those reusable pads as well, because the washable pads as well, because if you menstruate and then you use a disposable pad, you just throw it somewhere, you're also affecting the future by affecting the environment. So it's a good thing that we are coming up with this initiative, going within the communities, educating them on how to properly dispose pads as well.
All right. Okay, you mentioned reusable pads. That's a good initiative. So there are many questions that come up when it comes to reusable pads that if you wash them, they get to attract bacteria. Is that all true? Or
those are really myths. Like what I have said, there's need for us to have information out there within the communities. It's all about teaching people how to properly wash them. So whenever we give out these washable pads within the communities, we also give out with information on how to wash them, properly wash them. They have to make sure that whenever they use soap, they wash them. The water that they use is always clean as well, and that they have to rinse it Wow.
Thoroughly.
And also drying them on outside. Usually our young people, some of them, they are afraid, if I put my washable pads outside,
That was the issue, yes.
we'll see them.
Yes.
But everybody menstruates. That's how we come into the world, because we are menstruating. So I think that now, like I've said, even if we are to educate the boys as well, they won't even have to worry about what is this on the line, washing line. Why are you hanging your reusable pads out there? We encourage them, hang them out there so that they dry properly out there, and also a little bit of ironing here and there. So this information needs to go out there, not just only to women, but also to boys as well. And the parents,
very true. Because if you notice that there's a lot of stigma
around it,
when it comes to menstruation, and it has to change.
It has to change. It's a good thing that now we have a lot of organization raising awareness on that, and through my age, we also raise that information as well. And we are seeing young people who are now not afraid to hang their reusable pads outside. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there you have it from the Population Service Zimbabwe. If a young person, don't be afraid to reach out to them. They're there for you, and their teen connectors around the, and the Wise Up initiative is there for you to make sure that your menstrual health management is catered for. They've got reusable pads and wonderful information on menstrual health management, and also how to demystify the myths and the misconceptions around menstruation. Menstruation is a natural process, and we are advocating for a menstrual free world. Thank you.